The summer of 2006 arrived, and the football world turned its gaze to Germany for the World Cup. For Cristiano Ronaldo, this wasn't just another tournament. It was a chance to shine on the biggest stage of all. He had just come off a fantastic season with Manchester United. His confidence was sky high, and he was ready to lead Portugal to glory. Alongside him in the Premier League, his club teammate Wayne Rooney was England's great hope, a bulldog of a striker with explosive talent. They were friends, teammates, two of the most exciting young players on the planet. But in the crucible of a World Cup quarterfinal, that friendship would be tested in a way neither of them could have ever imagined. The match between Portugal and England was a tense, gritty affair. It was the kind of game where a single moment, a single decision, could change everything. And that moment came just after the hour mark. Rooney, chasing a loose ball, got tangled up with Portuguese defender Ricardo Carvalho. As Rooney tried to free the ball, his boot came down on Carvalho's leg. It was a messy, clumsy challenge, and the referee immediately blew his whistle. What happened next would be replayed and debated for years to come. As the referee contemplated his decision, surrounded by protesting Portuguese players, Cristiano Ronaldo was right in the thick of it. He ran over to the official, making his case. To the millions of English fans watching, it looked like he was demanding a red card for his own club teammate. The referee, under immense pressure, reached into his pocket and produced the red card. Rooney was off. England was down to 10 men. As a distraught Rooney trudged towards the tunnel, the cameras caught a fleeting image, Ronaldo winking towards the Portuguese bench. That wink, it was a tiny gesture, lasting less than a second, but it ignited a firestorm. The English press, a formidable and often ruthless beast, had its villain. The narrative was set in stone. Ronaldo, the foreign traitor, had deliberately gotten England's hero sent off. He had betrayed his teammate, his club, and the country where he earned his living. The headlines were brutal. Rooney's red rage, Ronaldo's winking shame. Winker Ronaldo. The media frenzy was unlike anything he had ever experienced. He was public enemy number one. Back in Portugal, he was a national hero. He had helped his team navigate a difficult match, and they eventually won on penalties, with Ronaldo coolly sliding home the decisive spot kick. But he knew what was waiting for him back in England. The abuse was relentless. He received threats. The press painted him as arrogant, a diver, a cheat. The pressure was immense. In the immediate aftermath, Ronaldo himself felt betrayed. He told the press, "I think I should get out of Manchester. The circumstances are not right to keep playing there." It seemed like his time at Old Trafford was over before it had truly peaked. The situation was incredibly delicate. Here were two of Manchester United's crown jewels, their present and future seemingly at war. The media fanned the flames, suggesting an irreparable rift in the dressing room. How could they possibly play together again? The entire football world was watching to see how Sir Alex Ferguson would handle this crisis. Many managers would have panicked, perhaps forced to choose between one star and the other. But Ferguson was no ordinary manager. He was a master psychologist, a man who understood players better than they understood themselves. Ferguson flew to Portugal to meet with Ronaldo personally. He didn't lecture or demand, he listened. He understood the young man's fear and frustration. He reassured Cristiano that he was a vital part of Manchester United, that the club and the fans, the real fans, would stand by him. He promised him protection and support. At the same time, he worked his magic behind the scenes. He facilitated a phone call between Rooney and Ronaldo. Rooney, to his immense credit, held no grudge. He understood the heat of the moment, the desire to win for one's country. He told Ronaldo, "I'd have done the same thing. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on winning the league." That conversation was the turning point. Ferguson's masterful man management had diffused a potential disaster. He turned the narrative on its head. Instead of a divided dressing room, he framed it as a shared challenge. He told the press that the English media's campaign against Ronaldo would only make him stronger, and it would unite the team. He challenged the Old Trafford faithful. Are you going to let the media dictate who you support? Or are you going to support your player? He essentially dared the fans to boo Ronaldo, knowing full well their loyalty to the club and its manager ran deeper. When the new season began, The atmosphere was electric. In the first few away games, the boos were deafening. Every time Ronaldo touched the ball, he was jeered by thousands of rival fans. But at Old Trafford, something remarkable happened. The fans rallied behind him. They sang his name louder than ever before. They transformed the hate he was receiving into fuel, into a fortress of support around their young star. This adversity, this trial by fire, didn't break Cristiano Ronaldo. It forged him. He seemed to thrive on the negativity from opposing fans. Every jeer, every catcall, only made him more determined. He started the 2006 to 2007 season like a man possessed. He wasn't just a flashy winger with fancy tricks anymore. He became a relentless, ruthless goal-scoring machine. The anger and frustration he felt were channeled into his performances. He played with a controlled fury, a desire to prove every single critic wrong. His partnership with Rooney didn't just survive, it flourished. They seemed to have an almost telepathic understanding on the pitch, combining to devastating effect. That season, Ronaldo was unstoppable. He scored 23 goals in all competitions, a huge leap from his previous tallies. He won the PFA Players Player of the Year, the PFA Young Player of the Year, and the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year awards, becoming the first player to win all three in the same season since 1977. More importantly, his goals and dazzling performances fired Manchester United to their first Premier League title in 4 years. The Wink incident, which was supposed to be the end of his career in England, had become its defining moment. It was the catalyst that transformed him from a brilliant young talent into a world-class superstar. He had faced down the wrath of an entire nation's media, endured the hostility of every stadium he visited, and emerged not just unscathed, but stronger, better, and more focused than ever before. Sir Alex Ferguson's faith had been repaid 100 times over. Cristiano Ronaldo had proven that he wasn't just a player of immense skill, but also of incredible mental fortitude. The boy who arrived from Sporting Lisbon had truly become a man, a Manchester United legend in the making. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this journey through Ronaldo's incredible career, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter of his story. We'll see you in the next one.